Hello, good morning. This is your daily outlook for Tuesday, the 29th of November. The euro produced mixed results against most of its major counterparts amid articles reporting on debt crisis resolution boosting optimism following the credit rating cut announcements. An article by La Stampa reported IMF's readiness to loan Italy up to $600 billion, but this was strongly rejected by IMF early in the day. Italy will enter the markets today aiming to sell 8 billion 3, 7 and 10-year bonds. The outcome of these auctions will be closely monitored by investors worldwide. La Tribune reported that S&P will cut France's economic outlook to negative within 10 days, and Moody's announced it will review the creditworthiness of 87 banks in 15 countries within Europe. Versus the US dollar, the single currency rose to 133.14 from 133.12, having ranged between 132.72 and 133.97. Against the Swiss franc, the euro dropped to 122.86 from 123.36. The US dollar declined against a basket of currencies as overall optimism boosted risk appetite, and Fitch cut the nation's economic outlook from stable to negative. Against the Japanese yen, the greenback rose to 78.08 from 77.63. The pair has been experiencing an upward trend since last week's comments by S&P official that Japan rating cut may be right. Versus the Swiss franc, the US dollar declined to 0.9227 from 0.9264. This came after SNB Chairman Hildebrand labelled the Swiss franc as highly valued and shared his expectation for the currency to weaken further. The Australian dollar advanced to 0.9907 from 0.9852 against the US dollar, having found major resistance in breaking through the parity. The British pound slid slightly to 154.98 from 155.06 versus the US dollar, as CBI's realised sales came out worse than expected. Looking at commodities, oil prices dropped to $97.46 a barrel from $98.03. Gold jumped to $1,712.34 an ounce from $1,706.68. And silver rose to $32.07 an ounce from $31.72. Now let's take a look at what the currency is doing this morning. The euro-dollar pivot points at 133.20 with a preference to enter into long positions at 133.30. The dollar-yen pivot points is at 77.65 with a preference to enter into long positions at 77.75. The Aussie dollar pivot points is at 0.9880 with a preference to enter into long positions at 0.9880. The sterling dollar pivot points is at 155.50 with a preference to enter into short positions at 155.50. And the dollar CAD pivot points is at 103.80 with a preference to enter into short positions at 103.80. And looking at commodities, the oil pivot point is at 99.35 with a preference to enter into short positions at 99.35. The gold pivot point is at 1696 with a preference to enter into long positions at 1696. And the silver pivot point is at 31.76 with a preference to enter into long positions at 31.76. And of course, for up-to-date information, please visit our website easy-forex.com. Now let's look at the calendar and see what the market movers are today. The UK nationwide house price index for November forecast to remain unchanged. EU industrial sentiment for November forecast to drop to -7.6, and US consumer confidence for November forecast to rise to 44. Now on to equities, which were all positive. In Europe, the FTSE was up 2.87%, the DAX was up 4.6%, and the CAC was up 5.46%. In the US, the S&P 500 was up 2.92%, and the Dow was up 2.59%. In Asia at the time of writing, the Nikkei was up 2.3%, and the Hang Seng was up 1.66%. This has been your Daily Outlook. I'm Emma Andreas from Easy Forex Dealing Room. Have a good day.
Not only have you found a great place for Forex news, you found a great place to trade it. Registration is easy. Just click Join Now. Membership has its unique benefits, such as the freeze rate, the trade simulator, the inside viewer, and personal dealers. Your personal account manager waiting for you now.